Hey, what's up, guys? How y'all doing today? Well, baby, if your name is Draya Michele, what is going on? A new baby with a man that just signed a $million contract. I think one of the highest contracts ever. And you are still living at a house that was paid for by your ex, that he basically got you in a dummy deal. But then again, let's put past tense on that because y'all, why did over Thanksgiving this man showed up? Well, I had the sheriff show up at his house. This is Drea's ex-boyfriend to actually evict her on Thanksgiving Day. The gag was Drea wasn't there. Now, let's get into this because I don't understand what is going on. It literally makes no sense. They said a sheriff was called and Drea Michelle's and her ex-boyfriend Tyrod Taylor's fight over a Los Angeles home. First of all, your new man should be able to buy you 20 different homes. What is going on in that relationship that he got you in that home fighting over a man that's trying to embarrass you on Thanksgiving and calling sheriffs to evict you and your kids? Why are you and your kids still living there? But here's the weird part. I know, right? Listen to this. Drea Michelle rushed to court days after the sheriff's office came to her LA home and tried to lock her out as she continues to battle her ex Tyrod Taylor over the property. According to court documents obtained by InTouch, Drea revealed officers came to her Chatsworth, California home on November 20th. Oh, okay. About a week before Thanksgiving. I thought it was on Thanksgiving. Drea said she received an alarming phone call from her children's nanny while she was away on a business trip that the sheriffs were at the Drea still ain't learned. Drea has still not learned. Y'all, did you just read what I said here? Drea, I'm touching all these ads. Hold on. Drea was received an alarming call from her children's nanny. Nannies are with children. So this means that 30 years later, with all that money and all that fame and all everything, Drea is still leaving her children alone while she's away on a business trip. Your man got money. All your children are grown except for what? The last two? Your man got money. Why do you not have a nanny? You just had a baby. How are you away on a business trip leaving? You know what? Let's just get back into this. So she received an alarming call when her nanny was watching her children while Drea was away for another business trip. Okay, Drea. Anyway, Drea hasn't learned. Where the sheriffs were at the subject property to lock the occupants out of the subject property. So Drea was away doing something, and your nanny called you and said that the sheriff showed up and was about to lock the nanny and your kids out on the street. Draya said she quickly called her lawyer, who drove over to her home to stop the sheriffs and prevent the lockout. She said this is when she learned that Tyrod's company had filed an eviction lawsuit against her that she was unaware of. She said the default judgment had been entered in the case. How was a default judgment entered into the case? You knew this man was trying to evict you. You knew he was suing for eviction. The only way a default judgment could be entered is if you weren't served. In order for a default judgment to be entered, you have had to at least get served. When you're served, they give you papers that let you know when your court dates are. Drea, you got a man with money. How are you missing court dates? And you can't get a default judgment until you're served. Okay. And when you're served, you get notice of the hearing. Drea said she was never okay, so Drea is now saying she was never served with paperwork, nor did Tyrod 35 or his legal team inform her of the case, despite them actively being in litigation against each other in a case fought by Drea. She had to get served. So here's the thing, if Drea is telling the truth, you can get that whole judgment thrown out and get the service processor for lying, because when you're served, they have to serve it to someone. They can't just serve it to like anyone. They have to serve it to someone that you have some sort of relationship with, that they can guarantee that you got it. You see what I'm saying? So, if she's telling the truth, she can get this whole thing thrown out. But again, he got permission. Tyrod allegedly got permission to serve Drea via mail from the court, which would suggest he did not violate any law. Drea claimed she did not receive any documents via mail. Um, Again, via mail, I'm pretty sure they had to be RET certified mail. Draya, if you're telling the truth, you need to sue the court and whoever else was involved in this. Let's see. Earlier this year, Draya filed a lawsuit that asked the judge to force the NFL star to follow through an agreement to sell her home he bought. She claimed Tyrod bought the home in August 2022 when they were dating. She said he bought the property for her and her children. Well, if he bought the property for her and your children, why isn't your name on it? She said the deal said she would pay him monthly rent. Additionally, she said he agreed to let her purchase the home with him between November 2023 to November 2025. She said she offered to buy the home for 2.8 million in October. Draya claimed Tyrod countered with 3.2. Draya said she accepted that offer. She continued paying rent of 19,000 a month and spent 270 on home improvements. She said that despite their agreement, uh Tyrod, Tyrod, whatever, despite this agreement, the ex literally said that he wanted her thrown out the house. Yo, what in the world? What is Draya up to? I'm really honestly. He backed out the deal and he refused to let her sell her the home. He denied all allegations of wrongdoing. His lawyer said Draya had presented an unsigned lease, an unsigned purchase agreement, and emails evidencing that most negotiations for the possible purchase of the subject property. Um, They're saying at most it was negotiations. Tyrod and his company argued there was never a final deal in place and therefore there was no deal to enforce. At the recent hearing, Draya suffered a setback in the case. The court ruled that the counteroffer had lapsed by the time Draya accepted it. Therefore, the judge said the contract was unenforceable. However, the judge said Draya could go after him for the 270 she spent on home improvements. The court also allowed Draya to amend her lawsuit to try to revive any of the claims the court dismissed and allowed her to pursue some other legal theories related to this case that she had originally pled. She filed an amended complaint days later. Tyrod and his company have yet to respond to the amended complaint. Despite the case being ongoing, Draya claims the sheriff showed up last week. She's asking the court to consolidate the eviction case and her lawsuit. He's yet to respond. Again, here's what I want to know. And I know 270,000 is a lot of money. A lot of money. And I get it. It's the issue. But again, Draya, your man got money. A lot of money. One of the bigger. Why are you literally scratching, shucking, jiving, doing all this? It makes me now look at Draya and the man, her new boyfriend's relationship, because why is you even living in that man's house? You know what time he's on. You know it's stupid. You want the 270,000 back. That 19,000 in rent, I mean, you can hash it out in court, but even then you missing court dates. The nannies are still with the kids. Again, I'm not doubting that Drea's not a good mom. I'm not doubting she don't love her. That's how it is. I'm just saying the optics looks bad. And it's kind of like this man is trying to embarrass her and throw all her business in the street. And you got a new man now. So why isn't he protecting you? But anyway, shout out to Drea. I hope she works this out. Again, it does sound to me like this guy ran game on her. I mean, honestly, whether you like Troy or not, it does sound like he promised her something. And then when he found out that she had a new man and she was with child, he got mad. He wanted to embarrass her and he wanted to put her out. I just wish that she wasn't in a situation that he keeps getting the best of her. But anyway, y'all, let me know what you heard in the comments. I'm sure this will be evolving because Draya developing because Draya is like she ain't leaving because she feels like he's trying to make a fool of her. And Tyrod feels like Draya made a fool out of him by having a baby with another man. But I don't understand. He said he ain't want Draya. He said he ain't want to marry her. Draya said, all right, cool, 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 cool. And she moved on to somebody that did want her. And now he's mad. Anyway, y'all, let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.